Jai Shriman Narayana. Hello everyone, I am the Pauranika. Welcome to the 66th episode of Sri Mahabharata as written by sage Vedavyasa. As the gamble started to turn dangerous, stealing everything that belonged to the Pandavas, Vidura rose up and opposed the game. Vidura said, Maharaja, a man who had decided to die will not like the medicines. In the same way, you might also not like my words. However, it is my responsibility to tell you, this sinful Duryodhana was born for the destruction of the Bharatavamsha. King Dhritarashtra, you must know, for the well-being of a family you can leave a person, for the well-being of a village you can leave a family, and for the well-being of the country you can leave a village. Earlier, there was an evil man called Kamsa who was born in the Vrishni lineage. However, knowing his true nature, Vrishnis left him and Krishna killed him. It is not late yet. Disown your firstborn for the well-being of your family and lineage. The consequences of this gamble will be unimaginable. Due to Duryodhana's mistake, entire world will suffer. As Duryodhana is winning everything in his bets, you are appearing to be too pleased. Before this gamble turns into something that is uncontrollable, stop your son. Then Vidura addressed the entire Sabha and said, Please don't fall prey to the acts of this fool Duryodhana. If the Ajatashatru Yudhishthira, who is right now deluded by the gamble, gets angry, and if Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula and Sahadeva decide to fight you, who can protect you then? Yudhishthira might be hoping for a win. However, we know the true nature of Shakuni and his gamble. This king of mountains knows to win only by deception. Then Duryodhana said, Vidura, we all know where your loyalties lie. You are like a snake in our lap. You are supporting our enemies while living with us. Time and again you try to demean and insult us by supporting the Pandavas. Do not speak to us like we are young kids. A learned man should not let someone who sides with their enemies to live in their house. Therefore, if you wish to, go wherever you like. Even after being treated with great respect, an unchaste woman will always tend to leave her husband. You're just like that. He stormed. Then Shakuni said, Yudhishthira, you have already lost a lot of Pandava wealth. If you really have any wealth left, let me know. Then Yudhishthira said, Shakuni, I know that I have endless wealth. Why do you care about my wealth anyway? I have crores of money. I am putting that entirely. I won that. Shakuni rolled the dice and announced. In the subsequent bets, Yudhishthira lost the landmass between rivers Sindhu and Parnasa, the land under his control that was not donated, and the ornaments on the bodies of the Pandava brothers. For the next bet, Yudhishthira said, I am putting my brother, young Nakula, of dark skin, glowing eyes, strong waist, and broad shoulders as my bet. Shakuni rolled the dice, saying, If we win your dear brother Nakula, what will you play with? Shakuni said, and won Nakula too. I am putting my brother, the learned Sahadeva. Ideally, I shouldn't be putting him as a bet. But I am, said Yudhishthira, and lost him too. Then Shakuni said, Yudhishthira, I won your dear brothers Nakula and Sahadeva, but Bhima and Arjuna are too precious for you. Will you be able to bet them? Then Yudhishthira said, You fool, are you trying to create differences among us? Shakuni said, Yudhishthira, in gamble, people lose their minds and start blabbering stuff. You look like that to me right now. Yudhishthira sighed. Arjuna is a warrior who can sail us through any battle to victory. I am putting the best of warriors as my next bet. Shakuni rolled the dice, won Arjuna and said, Now you are left with your dearest Bhima. Try to play with him as your bet. Yudhishthira said, Our commander-in-chief, the man who can lead us to victory in any battle, the destroyer of enemies, Bhimasena, is my next bet. Shakuni rolled the dice, won the bet and said, Kaunteya, you lost a lot of wealth, horses, elephants and now your brothers. Is there anything left with you? I am the eldest of the Pandavas. I am putting myself as the bet. Then Shakuni deviously rolled the dice and announced loudly that he won. Then he said, Dharmaja, there is still some wealth that is left with you. Your wife, Draupadi. Yudhishthira said, Draupadi? She is neither tall nor short. She is neither too fair nor too dark. She has long curly hair and eyes that resemble lotus petals. She is a well-mannered, soft-spoken woman and has all the traits that a man desires in his wife. While I must not do this, I am putting her as my bet. As soon as he said those words, the elderly in the Sabha sighed in disapproval, and unease overtook the Sabha. Even Bhishma, Drona, and Kripa started sweating. Vidura sat holding his head helplessly. Bahlika, Somadatta, Sanjaya, Ashwadhama, Dhritarashtra's son from a Vaisya wife, Yuyutsu, lowered their heads like angry serpents. Dhritarashtra, who couldn't hide his expressions anymore, asked in excitement, Did we win? Did we win? Shakuni rolled the dice and Kauravas gave loud cheers of victory. Yudhishthira lost Draupadi. Karna celebrated the victory along with Dushasana and others. Rest of the members of the Sabha shed tears. Duryodhana then said, Vidura, come here. Go and bring Draupadi to this Sabha. I want her here right now. Vidura yelled, You fool! You're playing with death. You are laying yourself a path to hell. Don't lose your words. I'm telling you again, enmity with Pandavas will lead to your death. Pandavas never speak like this. Only dogs like you will bark such things. You're leading the Kauravas to their death. Then the arrogant Duryodhana looked at Pratigami, the palace messenger, and told him to go bring Draupadi into the Sabha. Thank you. Jai Shriman Narayana.
Thank you.